Welcome to Club Wisdom 8. We're going to be looking at the improvements that can be made to this game, as well as how I feel overall about it. If you have any additional comments about problems with the game, what you want to improve with the game, please write them down in the comments section. That would be great. Thank you, and get ready. Okay, so let's talk about the improvements that are needed to this game. The big one is going to be the bugs in the game. Although the game is updated every week, which is brilliant because new things keep happening, the bugs may really irritate you. I mean, even I've lost some gems because of the bugs. I've pressed things by mistake. I've bought shoes when I didn't want to buy shoes. I double click something and sometimes I have to quadruple click or something, and then I click again and again, and maybe I'll buy something by mistake that I didn't want to. Although it's improving, that's going to be irritating for many people. But the big irritation for most people will definitely be the graphics. Some people just won't like the graphics. Will the graphics improve? Probably, but I guess only slightly. I think actually the graphics, because this game came out in Korea in February, the graphics have actually improved, believe it or not. So I think that's an interesting point to make. Another point is that a lot of people are going to hate that there is a pay to win element in this game. If you really want to do very well, then you can pay money and you can go up very quick, but the amount of money you would have to pay would be huge. So most people would not be stupid enough to pay that kind of money to get to the top 10 or something like that. I mean, that amount of money, like if someone wants to spend, for example, $100 a week, that will probably put them, take them to a higher place. But I don't see the point in that. I find the game so enjoyable, I don't need to do it, and over time we'll get to the same destination as them anyway. Next, I want to talk about something I really got quite angry about when it came out, because it didn't take too long, and that was soul weapons. Soul weapons cost 100 gems to pull each one, but you can pull 11 for the price of 10. Now, for me, I find this price to be way too high, and for me, way too unfair. Do you need soul weapons to get through the game? I would say no. So you can still play the game without soul weapons, and I don't use soul weapons, and I'm not going to use the gems I buy to pull a soul weapon, because even if you have a soul weapon, you still need to keep pulling the soul weapons to keep upgrading your weapon, and you cannot focus on what soul weapon you want. So many issues with that, and honestly, I think that is disgusting. I'm telling you, developers, you don't even get a free soul weapon pull per day. That's awful. They have to fix that, and they need to change that. If they don't change that, and if the soul weapons improve, definitely people will leave the game. And I know deep down the developers are going to change, and they are going to improve, and they are going to be giving free soul weapons in one way or another. They have no choice. So don't worry, everyone, I've made my threats. Now, I want to say that with regard to farming the items you get when you're doing quests, they don't really say the rates. They don't provide the percentages and the chances of how much to get each item, etc, etc. So there's a lot of guessing you have to do yourself. And in one respect that's good, because there's a freedom there. You don't know what's going on in the game, you can enjoy yourself, no one's telling you what to do on Wikipedia, there's nothing. So that's a nice freedom, but at the same time, once you get very deep into it, you'll start thinking, well, how do I... Yes, I can get that item, but how many times do I have to farm to get it? So sometimes you want to know where are the best places to go. At the moment, we just guess that it's probably in the highest level. So, but it's kind of fun though, not knowing. Next, raising heroes, raising weapons, increasing efficiency, sometimes I can say that sometimes the price, the money you have to use becomes too much. At the beginning you won't notice, but later money becomes really hard to get, and that can, for some people, that can irritate them because they may feel their progress will be slowed down. There are always other ways, and you can always get money in many different ways, but if you really want to push to the highest level, then that's going to be really hard because money becomes just too, to buy something at the higher level, the money for it is just insanely high. So, you have to wait a bit. If you don't mind waiting, then okay. And again, I want to say that sometimes there are some bugs, like sometimes it says the game's disconnected even though you're online. So if I were you, just ignore that and just keep playing. Sometimes the lettering in this game is so small that you really can't see it. At the moment, everything can be seen. But I mean, in the formation blocks, sometimes it's hard to see. So sometimes playing on a big PC can be better for that. Now, another problem, which some people might not find a problem, is that this game can be quite addictive, and yeah, you might want to put a lot of time into it. So you got to make sure that your friends and family understand that you're not going to have a friends and family by the end of this. I think something interesting is that even if you're new, even if you have no idea how to play these games, you can still make progress somehow. You'll have no idea how, but somehow you will. And I think that's funny. Now, something super interesting is that at the end of every battle you get statistics. The statistics show how much attack each of your units did and how much healing they did. I love this. I love this a lot. However, I would like more improvements. I would like to know a bit more about the types of magic that was used. I would like to know also about how much defense a unit did as well. So if that would be an improvement, but just to have statistics is really good because a lot of games again do not provide that. I think the heroes are drawn nicely, but I think the names, I want to swear, I hate the names in this game. I hate the names. I even changed the names. There's a new hero called Shasa. I call her just Sasha. I don't even bother with the names. The only normal name in this game is Anna, but her name should be Wonder Woman. Either way, their names are stupid. Whoever created those names is a total idiot. Honestly, fix the names, people. Now, with regard to the story, it's about a guy called Alus, your protagonist hero, and he lost his mind during a battle of some sort, and he is learning, he's going through his story, his quest to, I don't know, find out what's going on, to fight, whatever. I mean, the story is something that I don't remember very well, so I'm not that interested in it, to be honest with you. And as a result, I would say if the company wants to improve it, they could do a better story. They could upgrade the story. And I know the developer cares about the story, and the developer's making plans to do things with story mode and stuff, and evolve each hero to have their own side story, probably like Guardian Tales. So I'm interested in that, but I think the main story could still be improved. Now, controls of this game can be quite irritating for some people. You have a choice, like you have the auto move, auto skill, drag select. But by the time you click on drag select, your units will be dead. So sometimes it's actually at the beginning, when you're losing, you'll probably get so peed off if you lose that you might think, why couldn't they just move in the way they wanted? Why couldn't they heal the person I want? Why couldn't the person resurrect the person I chose? So sometimes you're gonna get really peed off with the controls, and I'm going to say that the controls have been getting better over time, and the more you play the game, the better you get with the controls. But when I play on the PC, I must say the controls don't feel as good as when I play on my phone. So keep that in mind. Next up is the music. The music is okay, it's fine, but sometimes it just cuts out, it just stops. It's like they played a CD and then it got to the end and then they had to start and someone had to come and press start again. It's a bit weird to do that. You just don't do that. That's not very professional. But the music's still fine. So I hope that's helpful for an improvement that's needed. I want to talk about skins. Skins normally require money. They're really hard. It's really hard to get the vouchers, to get the skins. So I want to say skins are unfair, not because of how they look. They're unfair because they give the hero a stat boost. That is really unfair. That makes pay to win come alive. So I don't like that at all. And that isn't the kind of world I would expect mobile phones to go in. I expect companies like Capcom and EA to do that. This company should be learning not to follow those types of evil companies. Another point is the awakening system. As you can see, there's an awaken. It says cannot awaken in the top left, like three rows down. And the awaken system does take a long time. And for some people, they'll feel very impatient. So sorry about that. I don't know if they're going to improve it anymore. There are ways to get the stones, but it takes time. For some people, they'll just be unhappy with that. Understood. I've done videos covering the developer of this game, the CEO, and what he has to say about how he's going to improve the game, the future content, etc. However, I would like it if someone could write in English, or a developer could just do a monthly video and just tell us themselves what they want to do for the game and just how much they appreciate us fans or something. You know, it's just that this game is really underground. Not too many people are playing it, and so the people who like this game, we're kind of like fans of the game because this style of playing this 20v20 is special, it's different, and you know, there's some special connection to this game that I'm not finding with other games. This feels more than just a normal mobile game. So as they keep upgrading the game, I hope the developers could put more time into talking to the people. And if the developers, if anyone from Com2Us or Gameville or King's Media, if you guys are watching, please reach out to me. Please write me an email or something, and let's try and arrange an interview, or just tell me what updates are happening. Someone needs to be a voice for the English speakers, because honestly the translation for this game could be much better. Thank you to everyone who has reached the end of the video. I know I didn't really discuss every single improvement. It could take forever, but I hope I went into the main ones. And if you have any other points to make, please again comment in the discussion below. That would be great. And if you want another video on this, let me know. All the best. Club Wisdom, mate. Thank you.